Hello there. Thank you for checking out this course, the ISO 42001 Lead Auditor Certification course. Take a look at why this course matters. Why should you do it now? Why should you do it? What's the value to you? What's the value that you can bring by doing this course? My name is Dheeraj Lal. I'm Executive Director of GRC 360 Worldwide. Let me give you my perspective on this course. And I hope you'll be inspired enough to realize that this is a course worth doing. And this course actually can really not only help you make a difference, and this course can help you differentiate yourself and make a huge contribution to the growing world of it. Let me now switch off the camera. The reason being that often it impedes on the slides and it defocuses. So with the camera off, you can focus on my voice and the words. So here goes. Artificial intelligence is making decision making about people's lives every single day. It's deciding what to do, what not to do, what to accept, what to reject, who gets a loan, who gets shortlisted for a job, who receives a hospital appointment, who's flagged as a fraud risk and a credit concern, who may be delinquent in the repayments. And in most organizations, nobody is and in many organizations, that decision by AI is often not being independently verified. In many cases, they are not able to check they're not able to check whether the governance behind these decisions is genuine. Decisions are fair, decisions are reasonable, decisions are appropriate. The machine is deciding, and no one is overseeing that process of verifying that decision and its validity. That's where you come in. That's the auditor's role. Ensure that things are set up correctly and being followed correctly. And that's what this ISO 42001 course prepares you to do. To be the governance, to ensure that the governance works behind the AI models, to ensure that this is giving you responsible AI. That's the key word, responsible AI. Let's look at some numbers. The numbers tell a stark story. Of course, this is data as of when this course was recorded. The data could change, the numbers could change, the situation could change. But this is where we are right now. 72% of organizations globally have not deployed AI. It's in place in some shape or form. Unfortunately, it seems that less than 25% have meaningful governance frameworks. AI's projected economic impact is $15.7 trillion. $15.7 trillion by 2030. I think you'll agree that's huge. And if you make governance mistakes, errors, your AI does the wrong things, the maximum fine under the EU AI Act could be 35 million euros. That's 35 million euros as a fine for prohibited AI violations. There are certain activities that are prohibited. AI should not be doing that. There are lesser fines also. But the fact is, wrong deployment of AI not only harms society, but can cause your organization direct physical fines and penalties. The AI capability is growing. Unfortunately, the governance is lagging. There is a real accountability gap at this point in time. The gap between AI deployment and managing that AI, governing that AI responsibly, that's precisely where you can add value as an auditor. Let's look at some examples where AI governance failed. Real examples, real organizations, great organizations. Probably you'd be saying, why did they allow this? Why did this happen? That's because they didn't realize the need for governance. As we said, unfortunately, many other organizations are likely to be in this situation, in this stage of maturity. And that's where you come in. That answers the question, why do this course? Why do this course now? Why should you do it? How can you help protect society, protect the people that are being governed by the AI, contribute to people's, literally contribute to people's lives? So let's look at what happens when governance fails. Amazon's recruitment AI discriminated against women for 2 years without detection. Their scores were lower than others. They didn't get the interview calls. There was no bias testing. No one tested the bias of the system. They didn't do an impact assessment. There was no oversight. Totally unfair to women. The UK government's A-level algorithm penalized disadvantaged students. 280,000 grade reversals automatically, unmonitored, 280,000 students disadvantaged, pushed back for no fault of theirs, just because AI decided that their grades should be reversed. No accountability, no transparency, totally unfair. Think of the impact on their lives, the long-term damage. Compass, a criminal justice risk tool, produced racially divergent scores. So for different races, the scores were different. That's discrimination. There was no fairness audit, no demographic testing, no governance. No one looked at it. No one realized. Probably no one cared. But a lot of people lost out and were unfairly treated. Air Canada, it was held legally liable for misinformation from its chatbot. The output was not monitored, no concern reporting, no controls. Unfair to its people, unfair to its customers. Probably they lost revenues and market share due to this, certainly lost reputation. All of these are companies or entities that you would think are responsible, are competent, should have realized, should have checked, but didn't. All of them had big long-term unfair negative implications on its target segments. Not fair. They changed people's lives, probably in many cases for the negative. Every one of these failures could have been detected or prevented by a competent, independent AI auditor. That's what this ISO 42001 Lead Auditor Certification course prepares you to do. What is the ISO 42001? The 2023 version. It's the standard that advises, recommends, mandates how to put in place good governance and controls over AI development, deployment, usage to prevent the kind of unfairness and damage to people's lives that you saw in the previous slide. 6 reasons to pursue the ISO 42001 Lead Auditor Certification course. First, you'll audit real AI governance. It's not just a documentation review. You'll distinguish genuine governance from governance performance. That will be the most valuable skill and contribution that you can make. Not just documents, but governance of AI in real life. Prevent it from doing the wrong things.
You saw it doing in the previous slide. And this course helps you build that capability, build that system, make that governance happen in real life. Second, the 42001 lead auditor is a career defining credential. AI is going to mushroom. Probably we are not even 5% there. It's going to increase probably 20 times more or perhaps even more. If you do the 42001 lead auditor course, you're at the right place at the right time. As AI grows, so will you. It's a career defining credential. The ISO 42001 lead auditor course certification is probably one of the fastest growing governance qualifications globally. You can use that skill across different industries, across different geographies. You want to change your job profile, you want to change your industry, you want to go work in a different country. This is a great credential for you. It will have global applicability across all industries. Literally every company probably at some stage will do some amount of AI, which means you can actually find a job in every company in the world as per your preference and requirement, your dream job. Third, regulatory necessity, particularly in the EU, and gradually that requirement will even go across to other geographies. The EU AI Act enforcement from 2025 to 27 demands qualified independent auditors. The demand far exceeds the current supply. The demand far exceeds the current supply. The demand is huge and growing. The supply is limited and minuscule. That's your opportunity. If I were you, I would do this course. If I were you, I was looking for something fantastic and long term to get into, I would do this course. Fourth, universal relevance. As I said, every sector is deploying AI, healthcare, financial services, government, technology. Every sector needs audit their AI development and deployment. Any country, any geography, any industry. Fifth, it probably builds on your existing skills. It doesn't waste them. The smart thing to do is to actually look at AI in your sector of experience. So build on your current experience, whichever industry you're in, whichever domain you're in. Maybe you're an information security specialist or a generalist or an operations person or quality or business continuity, disaster recovery, crisis management, health and safety. Build on that, add on that the AI part. So extend your existing skills, particularly if you're an information security specialist or ISO 9001. You already know the methodology, you're partly there. It makes the task even easier. Sixth reason, it opens new roles and sectors, certification body roles, internal audit leadership, AI governance, advisory, consulting, helping out boards. This just puts you into a different segment, possibly from where you are right now. Now, who should do this course? Who's it for? In certain sectors, this is a logical, natural next step. You're partly already there. It's just a question of doing more. If you're an ISO 27001 professional, ISO 9001, ISO 22301, implementer, lead auditor, practitioner, the ISO 42001 is a hop, skip, and jump, your logical, natural next step. You transfer your existing skills directly into this domain, add on it, build it. AI becomes the next evolution of your next stage of your journey, and evolution. If you're in information security or compliance professional, AI systems are the next frontier of your risk landscape. It helps you put in place audit level knowledge on top of your current capabilities. And certainly you'll be probably highly competent and good at looking at AI within your current domain of expertise. If you're an AI officer or data protection officer, gaining the independent auditor's perspective strengthens your governance design. It helps you get deep into the nitty-gritties, into the complexities, into the logic, into the thought process, into the approach, into the models used by AI to make decisions. If you're a risk management or GRC professional, governance, risk, compliance, then this course makes sense. AI risk is easily one of the fastest growing categories, given the speed at which AIB is being deployed, and also given the fines and penalties associated with AI, with wrong AI deployment, with irresponsible AI, not just damage to society, but actual fines and penalties for the organization. So AI audit capability is hugely required. Not many people have that skill. If you're even mildly interested, my suggestion, go for it, get that skill, differentiate yourself, get ahead. If you're an internal or external auditor, add AI management systems auditing to your practice and your capabilities. You already audit other domains, understand what it takes to audit an AI management system. Again, that's a unique skill. Meet the growing demand for AI certification from certification bodies. If you're a consultant, your client needs 42001 audit level guidance. They want to build their AI. They want to make sure that their AI stands the test of time. They want to make sure that their AI is responsible. They want to make sure that when they get audited for their AI practices, they come out well. So they need 42001 audit skills. They need audit level guidance. And through this course, I invite you to be the qualified expert that organizations will turn to for AI governance. So let's take a look at the opportunity. Thousands of organizations globally need qualified 42001 auditors, lead auditors. At the time this course was designed, probably qualified 42001 lead auditors globally were in the low hundreds. You need thousands. Huge, huge, huge opportunity. The EU AI Act will be fully deployed by 2027. Certification bodies are actively recruiting 42001 competent auditors. The window to be qualified, credible, and in demand is open right now. Take advantage, get in first. So with that, I invite you to take this course. I hope you take it with us or take it with someone else, but do get certified in 42001. My suggestion. This, of course, is the lead auditor course. If not, do the lead implementer. The world needs professionals. I think you'd want to get ahead. It's a great opportunity. If you have any questions, reach out to us. Happy to answer them. All the best. Take care. Bye-bye.